Hey, how's it going? My name is Reece. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the fastest and easiest way that you can add an extra 5 figures in monthly recurring revenue to your agency within the next 2 to 4 weeks. Now, if you're an agency that's more, already booking calls, this is going to be a little bit easier for you. If you're more of a newer agency, it's going to be a little tougher. And if you're brand new, you shouldn't be watching a video that says you can make 5 figures in a month because it doesn't make any sense. But for those of you specifically that are taking calls right now and at least having conversations with people doing outreach, let's get into the strategy. So it's actually really quite simple. The first thing is you need to understand what's going on the psychology side when you make a pitch to somebody, right? Let's say that you've had a call, you pitched somebody, and for some reason, whatever they didn't buy, maybe they gave you an objection at the end. They revealed some type of belief that they have, some limiting belief, some type of concern that they have, and because of one of these reasons they didn't end up buying, or it could even be something entirely different. But as long as the people were a good fit to you think they're a good fit, but they didn't buy, the reason that people don't buy is because it wasn't a perfect fit. And what I mean by that is, let's say somebody gives you a financial objection. Well, the finances weren't a perfect fit. If they give you another objection, like a time objection, a fear-based objection, whatever it is, it's just because it wasn't a perfect fit. Now, if something was a perfect fit, they would have purchased and they would be a client, and you wouldn't be watching this video because you would have already signed them. So essentially, if you go and you have a call with somebody and you hear about their situation, you end up pitching them, and they don't buy, it's because it wasn't a perfect fit. So what can you do to add an extra 5K to your monthly recurring revenue in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Well, you could make it a perfect fit. And that's what this video is about. And let me explain exactly how that can work. Now, what a lot of agencies do incorrectly, the mistake that they make, is that they are selling what they want to sell as opposed to what people want to buy. And look, I will make another video talking about objection handling in your sales process, because the chances are your sales process could probably need a bit tightening if this is your scenario. But whatever, they didn't buy, and this is about getting them back. Well, what we want to do is now sell them what they wanted in the first place. So they attended the call, you went through your discovery and you asked them questions, you pitched them, they for some reason didn't buy. Well, they didn't buy because either your pitch was a little bit off, what you were telling them that you could do for them was not the perfect fit for them, or the finances weren't perfect, there wasn't the partner, the time, the fear, whatever it was, whatever objection or smoke screen they gave you. But what you want to do now is eliminate what they gave you. So the practical steps of what you want to do right now is go ahead, go on your Go High Level, your Calendly, whatever you're using to track your leads. Look at everybody that you spoke to in the past, few months, make a list of them and figure out exactly what their reason was for not purchasing what it is that you're selling. And for all of the people that you believed were a good fit and you pitched, you should only be pitching people that are a good fit. So have a look at everybody that you pitched. Look at everybody that you pitched, what their current situation was, their desired situation was, and what the problem or the cause of the gap was. You find that out, and once you know what they want and what their problems are, and you know what they want solved, and you know the reason they didn't buy, you want to get that information, put it together, and go ahead and make them a custom offer that will be directly tailored to exactly the information that you have on this person. Because you can go out to them and you can say, hey, I know when we spoke, the pricing was a little bit out of your range. Well, we've got a way that you might be able to come in for a lower down payment. Would you like more information on it? And you can send that over to them. Now, 90% plus of people are going to take you up on that offer because they had a call with you and they wanted what you were selling, but you were unable to sell it to them because they didn't have the money or whatever their excuse or reasoning for not purchasing was. But what you want to understand is that when people say, like when you pitch somebody, it's because they're interested in getting something solved that you can solve. And they didn't buy because it was a little bit out of price range. Well, the issue there was the pricing. It wasn't the offer. If you were offering the same offer, something at a much cheaper price, they would have been able to buy. So what I'm not telling you to do right now is to discount your services massively. I'm not telling you to take your, 2K monthly retainer, make it 500 just so you can get people in the door. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, without adding things to your offer, your service, or the way that you're doing things with the agency, you want to just find a way that you can actually still make money from these people. And the best way of doing that is understanding that they do not care how their problem gets solved as long as their problem gets solved. Case in point, I had somebody message me today and say, hey Reece, I would like your help, booking more meetings for my agency. I had a quick conversation with them. They booked in a demo call with me. And then right after they said, hey, I'm not looking for coaching or a mentorship. And I asked them, well, no, that's fine, but you're looking to book meetings, right? And they said yes. And I explained to them that ultimately that's what we do. I don't just coach people. I don't just spend an hour of my time just mindlessly talking to people. We actively solve the solutions of the people that I work with. So whether or not that happens, whether or not I do it for you, whether or not I help you hire an appointment setter, a virtual assistant, or give you the trainings and the systems and everything that you need to go out there and crush it and book a consistent and predictable flow of meetings for your agency, it doesn't matter how we go about it as long as we get the end result. And it's the same thing for the people that you'd be working with. So you tried to sell them a done for you offer and they didn't buy because they didn't have the money or whatever excuse they came up with. Or when I say an excuse, by the way, there's no negative connotation to that. It's just a reason they didn't buy. Whatever their reason for not purchasing is, you just eliminate that by giving them an offer that they can't bring up that objection towards. So if it was a financial objection, you go now and offer something that's cheaper. Maybe you get your offer and you take out a part of it. And yes, you're going to be decreasing the value of it, but you're going to be able to say to them, hey, look, I know that our main offer isn't a fit for you right now, but we've got this instead, which directly solves their problem. It's something that's still going to solve their problem, it's still going to help them get where they want to be, but you've just eliminated pricing to it. Or on the flip side, like the example I gave a second ago, if you're doing done for you right now, what you can go ahead and do is offer a done with you solution, which means it's like consulting or coaching. You can have practically speaking, what you could do here is you can build out a simple consulting program, say 6 to 8 weeks long, where you're going to solve that specific problem that they've got and get them to where they want to be, right? Because again, people don't care how you solve the problem as long as you solve it. So the steps of everything that I've spoken about, and this is going to be a short video today because there's not a whole lot more that I need to say, but you want to understand that the reason that people didn't buy is because of their finances or whatever it was. Understand why they didn't buy. So have a look at all the calls, understand why they didn't buy, and now sell them something that eliminates that objection, because that was the only reason that they didn't buy. If they didn't buy because of finances, go ahead and offer something that would make sense to them. Maybe you have a performance only deal where they pay like a short upfront fee and then they pay the rest in performance. Maybe there's something like that. Maybe you can eliminate something from your offer which was more of like a bonus, something that's not absolutely necessary. Maybe you split it up. Maybe what you do is, let's say you're a lead generation business for law firms and you help them get booked cases onto their calendar. Well, maybe what you do is you just do the ads, you just generate the leads, and then you coach them how to actually get people to book in the appointments. You can split that up, or maybe that's something you can do. Maybe if you work with e-commerce brands and you do their email marketing and I help them add an extra 100K a month, what you can do instead is isolate what this very specific root cause of their problem is. Maybe they're not collecting leads, and then you solve that problem. You say, hey, we got a consulting program. I'm going to come in, it doesn't even have to be a program. It could be like an hour call. Like, hey, I'm going to solve this problem for you and make sure that you've got a consistent flow of leads that you can then do email marketing to. Or if that wasn't the issue, let's say that their issue was that they've got loads of leads, but they don't have any welcome series. So the leads are like just, they don't even know the brand exists or that they're on the list in the first place. Well, boom, you just set them up with a welcome series. Just say, hey, we'll set you up with a welcome series. You pay us this amount, which is a lot less. It's not a month-to-month thing. It's a one-time thing. You put that money in. From there, they're going to make money. And because you help them, you've built some trust. They believe and trust you more. You've got more authority. You're more of an expert. They're going to come and ultimately give you more money once they make the money back from what they invested. So you set up this welcome flow and, they make their money and they come back to you so you can do your month-to-month. It's like these different things. Or let's say that you work with a lead generation business. Well, you can just go ahead and do a database reactivation campaign and get them to book in a couple of like meetings or appointments, whatever they're doing, just right off the bat. Like, you don't actually need to do anything. And essentially, the database reactivation is kind of what I'm talking about today. It's going back to everybody who has had a call with you and selling them something that would be, it would be, they would regret saying no to. That's ultimately what you want to sell to them. So to kind of recap where we're at in what you could offer like a one-off coaching. So like just an hour or 2 hour call or multiple calls. You could do a coaching program where it's like, or a consulting program for 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. You don't need to have a full curriculum built. You could just have like a 1 call a week with them, and then unlimited one-on-one chat or something like that. Different things that you can do. Just get creative. Like, do you want to, like, if you want to make money, these people are out there, they've got a problem, they've got a solution. You've got the solution. They've got a problem, you've got the solution. Just sell them the solution in a different way to what you were trying to sell them before. And then, they'll probably end up buying because you can solve what it is that they're struggling with. So, look, if you're an agency owner and you would like my one-on-one help actually building out a consistent and predictable flow of meetings for your agency, click the link down below. This is just one of the ways that I've shared with you today that you can go ahead and make more money for your agency so you could invest in your own growth, such as, potentially even working one-on-one with me and taking things to the next level. But ultimately, get creative with it. Have fun. Back to what just get creative, have fun, and close some deals, help some people. They've got problems, you've got solutions, pair them up, and you're good to go. Just take away the objection they had before. So look, as I said before, if you do want to help, just click the link down below. If not, that's totally fine. Just click subscribe instead. You can keep watching these videos. I post twice a week for free anyway. So, this type of content, if you go ahead and you implement it, it's Tuesday today, depending on how big your database is, there's no reason that you can't potentially get some money in by the end of the week, or at least by the end of November if you're watching it today. By the way, this same stuff can all apply to your to people who have just showed interest before. People who have responded to your outreach, they've got a problem. Find out why they haven't booked in a call, and then sell them a solution that takes away that objection. Okay, hope that helps. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them down in the comment section below and I'll help you out. If you do want help, click the link in the description. Aside from that, I'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.